Rob, do you have any announcements for us?
No announcements for me. No, nothing. Any announcements? What sort of announcements are you after?
Potentially about what's going to happen 2020 for you personally, where that sort of sits with the club.
Yeah, well, as I've said, that it's just with the club now, with Reilly and the management team and my manager, so they're sorting through that, and hopefully, come to an agreement there. But I'm just focusing on the football at the moment, so just focusing on winning games. Hopefully, a big game this week, and we win that, and go on to win a few more, and push for a top 4 spot.
Fair enough. It's safe to say then that an offer has been put to your management.
Not sure at the moment, so they're just conversing at the moment, so no offers set in stone or anything like that. So just the conversation's definitely started. So, but I'm not really. I'm just leaving it to my manager. I've told him just you sort of deal with that, and I'm sort of just focusing on the footy and focusing on a big game this week and the rest of the season. So.
Just on the topic, I'm sorry to come in hot, but how would you feel if the club went after someone like Brodie Grundy? You've seen how good he is. How would you feel if the club?
Well, I think, as the club said, I think if a player like that is on the market, Brodie Grundy's obviously proven himself to be a pretty good player, so I've always admired him, watching him play, so they'd be silly not to do their due diligence, but I don't read too much into it. There's obviously a lot of speculation around it. I just sort of focus on playing my footy and controlling what I can control, and
You've had a terrific year. Do you think you and Brodie could coexist in a team?
To be honest, I haven't thought about that. I haven't put much thought into that. I'm probably someone who has to play majority ruck, and I don't know, he's probably the same, but haven't put too much thought into that and haven't read too much of the headlines. So
would Brodie coming to the club influence your plans in the future at all?
Once again, I haven't put heaps of thought into that, but potentially if he did come, I guess it might, but I haven't really thought about it, and I'll cross that bridge if it does happen. And
sorry to put you under the pump.
Yeah.
In light of all that speculation, has Don had a word? Footy aside, had a word with you about it?
Not really. I sort of haven't thought about it much at all, to be honest. It's sort of that sort of external noise, and it's always going to be there. True or untrue, it's just going to be on the outside, and we just focus on what's inside the footy club. We talk about that a bit, just focusing on the internal with the footy club, and not really getting caught up in the rumours and the rumour mill outside the footy club, because you can get caught up in that and not much benefit to get out of that.
So it's fair to say that all signs are pointing to you staying?
Yeah, definitely. So the conversation so far have been great between the management and club, so it's just about leaving it to them, and as I said, I'm just focusing on the footy, and that's why we pay a manager to do that sort of stuff for us. And I'm just focusing on a big game this week and a big couple of months coming up, leading into hopefully a finals campaign.
As Cratchy pointed out, your season's been outstanding since you got past your mentor. How does that feel? How does that sit with you when you look and you know now that you've pushed the guy that sort of guided you for a couple of years into the twos? Yeah,
it's obviously we're obviously great mates, and it's obviously been great for me to play, but he's obviously playing really well as well, so it's still, I've certainly not cemented my spot at all, so it's certainly still very competitive, and I have to keep playing well because he's been playing really well. So, but I've been loving playing and getting opportunity. I feel like I've probably been ready for a couple of years, and just to get a good continuous stint and build some form's been really awesome, and I've loved it, and really getting confident at the level and knowing what AFL footy is all about.
Sam's also out of contract at the end of the year. Where do you see his future?
Sam loves Adelaide, loves the footy club. Can't see why he wouldn't stay. So, once again, not sure, but I'm sure he'd love to stay, and I'd love both of us. So, yeah.
Can you see you guys working in tandem in the future if the Brodie Grundy thing doesn't happen? Can you see you guys as 1 and 2 working together in the future?
Yeah, we haven't trialled that with 2 rucks sort of playing. We've sort of gone with the JJ or Elliot Himmelberg as that second ruck mobile forward sort of player, but I'm sure a lot of teams are doing it, and that could be an option. And we probably both have to just probably show our forward craft in the AFL and show we can play a fair chunk of time forward and kick goals. So that probably would rely on that.
Does it get a bit awkward, Reilly? You and Sat, such good mates, he's been the main guy for so long.
Yeah, sure. We're both competitive guys, and we both obviously want the spot. So it's probably been like that for a couple of years. He's obviously had it, and obviously got it right now. But Sam's a great guy, and he wishes nothing but the best for me, and I'm the same with him. So we have a great relationship, and there's certainly no awkwardness there. And he's helps me every week, gives me advice every week. He's in the rooms at half time last week, helping me with advice as the game was going on. So yeah, it's been great.
What sort of advice does he give you?
Well, he's obviously come up against a lot of the opponents I'm coming up against, some really top quality players. He's played for 7 or 8 years against a lot of them, so he knows sort of little tricks against them that work and what doesn't work and their little tendencies, so he just helps me out with that, and then also just things that I could be doing better in terms of my ruck craft to connect with the mids and get on top in there.
So it's fair to say it was a slow burn for you coming into the side. What was the breakthrough? Why all of a sudden did you hit that form now?
Probably just continuity in AFL, just to gain that confidence. So probably built over my first couple of months, which was good, and just able to string some games together. You get that confidence in yourself, and you sort of back yourself against the opponents you come up against. Early on, I'm probably thinking too much about my opponents and not really backing my own game in. You just haven't got that confidence and those games, those runs on the board. So it's been good to play a few games in a row and really build up the confidence and play some reasonable footy.
Your first game of the year was against Geelong. Your last that you played was against Geelong. Can you describe the difference in the way you felt in that first game in Adelaide Oval versus the confidence you had on Thursday night?
Yeah, definitely. Very different. Yeah, obviously a lot more nervous going into the first game, and probably blew up a bit easier in the first game as well. So when that happens, it's harder to focus on what you're doing, and you're sort of blowing up and getting a bit nervous and that sort of thing. So it's just that confidence, and also probably feeling more not blowing up as easily and adjusted to the level, and it's just complete opposite really of how I felt in that game compared to the first one. It was just the confidence and knowing that I can compete at the level and play a role for the team.
How is the body holding up at the moment?
Body's feeling great, yeah, feeling really good. So had the break, obviously. That was good to have a little rest, but body's feeling awesome. So no niggles or anything like that. So ready for a big back half of the year, hopefully.
Source is probably the obvious answer, but have you had any other role models or mentors or anyone who's helped you get to where you are now?
Oh, the main one, because coming into the club, I hadn't played heaps in the ruck. I'd played my top age 18 year as a centre half back, so I hadn't done heaps of ruck craft. My first ruck stuff I would have done was at under 18s at the Calder Cannons with Ivan Maric, who was a coach sort of there, and that's probably the first experience I had. And then coming over here, it's been all Doc Clark. He's been awesome. So he's pretty much taught me everything I know in terms of ruck work and the art of being a ruckman. So he's been awesome and taught me all I know, I guess.
There's a lot of Crows connections there in the ruck, isn't there?
Yeah, well, yeah. Ivan Maric was good down at Calder Cannons, and he's a good man. And then there's a few good ruckmen to come through the club.
As far as the showdown goes, what does it mean to you? Because you're still in the infancy of your career in many ways. What is the rivalry meant to you?
I obviously played in the first one this year, and that was awesome. It was a great thrill. Port crowd was very loud, and probably the loudest I've heard in the stadium, and that was awesome. It just pumps you up and gets you ready to go, and they're sort of the games you want to play, and they're the games you want to be out there for, and you want to be playing well for. So I can't wait.
What would it mean to you to get the wood over Scotty Lycett, because he's certainly been in that elite tier of ruckman?
Definitely, yeah, he's had a great few weeks as well. He's in awesome form, so it's going to be a huge challenge, but I'm looking forward to it. He's a competitor, a bit like me, and it should be a good battle all day. I'm really looking forward to it, because that's what we play for.
Source has won 3 showdown medals before. Will he give you some insight if you get the word over him of how to go about it?
Yeah, well, he's obviously he's sort of clocked the showdowns in that way. He's won a few medals, and he's been a big game player. So I'll try and emulate that. But it's big shoes to fill in that sense.
Rob, today's whether significant is the right word, day for the club. Obviously, with the anniversary of Phil, could you just share a few thoughts on that? Whether it will be acknowledged by the guys, and just a bit of sentiment about that.
Yeah, at training this morning, we sort of had a moment of silence. Tommy Lynch sort of brought us in and acknowledged it, and we sort of just reflected on it for probably a minute. And he's obviously had a huge impact on the group that's playing here. And he was the coach in my first year, and he was had a huge impact on me as well, and a lot of the older guys. And we definitely in our thoughts today, and had that moment of reflection. And a lot of guys, he holds a special place in a lot of guys' hearts at the club.
Just one more from me. Would you ever consider going back to playing any centre half back?
No, I think I've lost my mobility now, I reckon. As an 18-year-old, I wasn't quite as heavy and stuff, so I think those days are behind me, unfortunately. Couldn't keep up with the the athletic centre forwards on display now.
How was Ken on the Shulman today at training?
I don't think he got through the whole session, so he's in doubt. Didn't see what happened at the end, but he wasn't out there at the end, so he's probably in doubt for this week. But we'll wait and see what happens and with match committee and that sort of thing.
Tom mentioned Wayne Miller though, better signs for those two.
Yeah, they look good. Both of them out there, they were flying out there. So that'll be up to match committee and see how they pull up from the session as well. Because sometimes they can pull up a little bit limp, but we'll just have to wait and see.
On your ego, Reilly, you've got more confidence now that you've been involved at ground level a lot more. I mean, when you first came in, you especially your kicking might have not been the level that you wanted it to be. You've been working on your kicking, especially in other parts of your game like that.
Probably just adjusting to the speed of it, I reckon. Probably early on, I was a bit slow with the ball, and you're probably used to sample speed, and it's not. You get a bit more time in the sample, but now I'm sort of adjusted to it and feeling more confident with the ball in my hand, I suppose. And I feel like I have more time when I get the ball, so that's just an adjustment that happens over time.
And that confidence to push forward at times as well, and take marks and kick goals, really, I suppose, challenge your opposing ruckman. Yeah,
definitely. That's probably something I'm looked in my mid-season review. Looked to add that to my game back end of the year. The best ruckman push forward and take marks, kick goals, and hit the scoreboard. So really want to add that to my game as the year goes on, and that's a really important part of being a damaging ruckman.
With Port's obviously they're playing lice at the moment. There might be a chance they bring Paddy Ryder back as well.
Yep.
How does that change things up for you? Obviously with the taking on, I suppose, a two-headed monster there.
Yeah, well, I had that match up last showdown, so sort of know what to expect with those two. But yeah, I'm ready for whatever challenge they throw at me and at the group, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Rob, just one more on the, sorry to go back to the contract but you said you and Brodie, you're both #1 guys. Obviously it's in your manager's hands, but in those discussions with your manager, you'd want to know if someone like that was coming into the club. I mean, surely that affects your decision.
Oh yeah, definitely. If that would affect the decision if we were told, if I was told that. But I haven't, to be honest, I haven't thought about it heaps. And as I said, if that happens, we'll wait and see. But I'm at this stage looking to commit here and play some good footy over the next couple of months.
Do you think your emergence this year has sort of nullified the need to look elsewhere, Rob? I mean, you've come along really well. You probably don't need to look for an extra ruckman now that you've come along. Hopefully that's what I hope. But I don't even know if they have been looking. I got no idea. So it's sort of all the noise is sort of external. It's not really spoke about it in the club, and I don't really think about it too much. I see the headlines, and I sort of just laugh at them because I don't really know how much truth's involved, and I just sort of focus on my footy and what I can control, and that's about it. That's all I can really do. Not saying a lot for us, is it?
What are you enjoying about your footy this year?
Obviously playing at AFL level. It's obviously what I've been striving for a few years. Before this year, probably a little bit frustrated the last couple of years playing in the sample and not really getting a look in, and feeling a bit like Groundhog Day each year, sort of doing the same thing. So it's been awesome just to play and contribute to the team and just feel a part of the team, and I'm just really enjoying the challenge each week, especially against the best ruckman. You're going up against the best ruckman and really challenging yourself. So that's been awesome to just know that I'm getting the best out of myself and testing myself against the best.
How'd you get the shot?
I think Grace Stanley might have got me in the first quarter. It was pretty minor, a little knock, and just blown up throughout the week, so make me look tough. I've just been knocking it to make it look extra swollen.
How important has this year been then, if it felt like Groundhog Day? Maybe if you hadn't been given this chance this year, what were your plans?
Oh, to be honest, you sort of get to a point, while I was playing reserves the last couple of years, I was thinking, is footy sort of the way for me? Because I do a bit of study outside of footy, and you can't really do that as well when you're playing. So not that I was considering doing that, but it sort of crosses your mind, and I would have had to. Yeah, it would have been another tough year. It was probably looking like that at the start of the year. It's been awesome just to play and really enjoying it, and hopefully, good couple of months to finish.
Is that always a challenge as ruckman, given it's a specialised position, and most teams only playing one? There's occasional teams that are playing two rucks, maybe like Port Adelaide at times, but is that part of the challenge of being a ruckman, that you might have to bide your time in the seconds?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's probably a similar case at a lot of clubs, a lot of understudy ruckmen, especially with Source being so durable. I think he had the record in the league for most games in a row, so that didn't really give me a look in my first 4 years as well. So it's tough for any ruckman, I think, coming up, but I'm just grateful to have the opportunity now and to be playing some AFL footy.
What are you studying?
Studying medical science, so was going to go into medicine, but couldn't do that with footy, so I just do that and then hopefully do medicine after footy, but we'll wait and see.
Nice. Dr. O'Brien.
Dr. O'Brien, that's the plan at this stage, but we shall see.
One last one, we had Jake Kelly up last week or week before, and he said you guys have recently moved, or this year moved together in Adelaide. Yeah. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been great. Me and Jake are very good mates, and I was a bit tentative moving in with him, but it's been great actually. I thought he'd get on my nerves a little bit more than he does, but he's actually been pretty good. He's been pretty good. So.
He said you eat a lot.
Well, he says that, but he actually tends to eat more than me. I reckon he's. I've got the reputation as probably the biggest eater at the club, but he's definitely got me covered. Definitely got me covered. Some of the lunches he has are just absurd.
You both had him standout years though. Is that strange? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we're good for each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Not sure why that's the case, but yeah, we're enjoying our home life, and we probably both push each other throughout the pre-season and throughout the year to get better, and we work well together and do a lot of extra work together, and that might have contributed to that. So.
This last one on the contract. When are you hoping a deal gets stitched up?
Oh, I'm in no rush really. I'm just at the moment focusing on footy and in no rush at all to do the deal. So I'm just happy just playing and contributing to the team and getting a kick.